Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of Ask Me Anything, except this time it's Ask Us Anything. I've brought along a special guest, and a very, very special guest, the most special guest that will ever appear on my channel, my husband, Michael, and cut him some slack because this is his first time on camera, is that right? I don't think you've ever...
Probably the first time I'm on camera with you, yeah.
Consciously been on camera. I've snuck him into a few vlogs when he wasn't paying attention. But I know you have lots of questions for us, and so I thought it would be easiest if Michael's here to answer them. So his name is Michael. Right. Everyone except me calls him Mike, right?
My brother calls me Mig, which is kind of a
it's a long story,
nickname, but yep, that's about right.
We won't get into that. It's short for Miguel. That is, anyway, so that was just a family joke nickname. That now it's Mig. But everyone except for his family calls him Mike. I call him Michael. Pretty much. Wait, let's see if you know the answers to these questions.
Go ahead.
How long have we been...
It's like the newlywed game, except we're not newlyweds.
No, we are definitely not newlyweds.
All right.
Do you remember, how long have we been married?
Let's see. So we have to, I can do that with using the children as my reference point. So we've been married for, it's going to be 18 years this summer in June. 18 years.
Yes, I had to think about that. Yes, 18.
I think we've been together for what will be something like in the order of 21 years this summer,
It is exactly
right?
21 years.
So been together for 21 years this summer, been married for 18.
Not bad.
No, good.
Went fast. It's gone fast, hasn't it?
It's gone fast.
It's gone well. Okay, so that answers the how long have we been married. Where did we meet?
We met getting our driver's licenses outside of Chicago, and not just any kind of driver's license. We were getting our license so that we could drive a school bus for a summer day camp that Marnie and I were both working as camp counselors, kind of a sports camp during the day, or an all kind of camp, day camp.
Sporty, yes.
Yeah.
What was your job other than driving a school bus?
We were at the DMV.
Do you remember?
My job, in addition to driving the school bus, was I was in charge of a group of what, 6 and 7-year-old boys?
I thought they were third graders.
Third grade boys.
Third grade boys, and I was the pony girl.
Yeah, you were the horse girl.
I did the horseback riding.
Yeah,
which is funny because I really don't know how to ride a horse.
Okay. Hey, I got to tell you, one of the best summer jobs for kids that are in college, though, is to work at a day camp.
Yeah,
or if you could be even more adventurous, work as an overnight camp counselor.
Got it.
That was some kind of fun.
Okay, a big question that I'm going to get here that I've already gotten, but we should definitely address is why now? Why, after all these years of me being on YouTube, are you finally comfortable to I mean, you're not going to be here on every video, but maybe pop in once in a while.
Yeah, maybe once in a while I'll pop in.
Yeah, why now?
Because you're doing such a good job. And also because, when the kids were a little bit younger and we were kind of maintaining our, our family dynamic, your YouTube involvement, was just kind of on the upstart phase. You weren't as involved in kind of day-to-day taping and videoing.
Right.
And now, you're getting quite a following. You've got a lot of very loyal fans and friends from all over the country and all over the world. Aww. And it's becoming a bigger part of our lives as a family. And, what you do now is becoming important not only to me, but important to the kids because it's, starting to be part visible. Of how you're defined.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And who you are. You're a YouTuber. Full-fledged, so I wanted to show my support. Oh, that's really more than anything. Yeah, it's more than just a little hobby at this point.
It's definitely more than a hobby, but it's still as fun as a hobby.
It's fun.
Okay, so we've ticked that one off. So, how did we get to San Antonio?
Originally, we got to San Antonio
by
because...
car. We drove. No.
I used to have shorter hair than this. I was in the military. I worked as an officer in the United States Air Force, and in particular, I was a criminal prosecuting attorney with the JAG Corps, so I was a JAG Corps attorney, and just like anything else when you're in the military, even if you're kind of not a line officer but you're in a support role, whether it's in the medical corps or the law department, the military still dictates where you're going to be and when you're going to be there. So it was actually fortuitous for us because two things, I guess. Number one, we fell in love with San Antonio immediately once
we realized where it was.
That's right.
We didn't exactly know.
But I would say relative to growing up in in the north, in Chicago, and going to school for me up in New England, it was a real breath of fresh air to be able to go outside. And I'm an outdoors kind of guy. Obviously, if Marnie hasn't already
Golf
disclosed it to
plays
you.
a
But
large
sports
role.
are big, and golf in particular is big. So San Antonio fit very nicely, like an old glove for me.
Yeah.
And I think it worked well with our family too. We were able to enjoy a little bit of a smaller community than where Marnie and I grew up, and it was actually a welcome change. So the lifestyle's been perfect for us.
It is. So we got a lot of questions about the engagement ring.
Okay, let's talk about that.
This is it. It's
Not
going to
the
take a minute to
original, not the
focus.
original,
It's
yeah.
the original stone. I'll just hold it back here. This
Okay.
camera doesn't focus well. Okay, so it's the original center stone is the same.
Oh yeah.
It's had an upgrade in the band, and then one of these is my original wedding ring that's been reset in platinum, and then
Right.
an additional anniversary band has been stuck on there as well. So it's definitely gotten a little heftier over the years.
Right.
But the original setting you picked up at Zales, if I believe, right? Am I right? Zales.
Yeah.
They make
In,
beautiful rings.
That's right.
They do.
We didn't have a lot, like I said.
Actually, no, wait. This is not the original
I know,
stone.
yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
a long time. Okay,
That's
so
why
why
that's why I said I don't think
forgot.
you remember.
I mean, yes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we
Wow.
we got basically a starter ring, right?
I thought it was fine.
Always good to have a starter ring.
I
and
was
not
not-
a starter
let's
wife.
just put
though,
it-
right? So I got a starter ring.
I'm your starter wife
I
and
got a
your
starter
ending
ring.
wife.
That's right. And I got
Beginning, middle, and end.
So I figured it out. I got a starter ring. I mean, I was a full. I was in law school, just
Yeah.
a full-time student, and you were in
was in
school
grad
getting
school.
your master's degree. So we were just kids, literally.
Oh my God.
And my mom used to kind of joke about us. You guys are just kids playing house.
Except
But,
that we were older than they were when our parents got married.
Just like anything else, though, it's all kind of relative,
Now
right?
that we have kids, if my kids got married at the age we got married at, I don't know. It would be strange. I guess we'll
It
cross
would
that
be-
bridge when we get to it.
Unbelievable, because that would be in about 4 or 5 years from now, and it's hard to
No.
conceptualize. Yeah.
Well, our oldest
20s,
one.
he'll be in his
Okay,
early 20s,
so I
yeah.
was 21 when we got engaged.
I
You were
know.
23.
I know. So that's like 3.5, 4 years for our older son.
No, he's only 16. Let's not round it
It's
up.
going to be 17 soon.
That's just that's like 6 years away.
Okay.
Okay, let me adjust to just
All right.
high school. Okay.
So yeah, we got a starter ring when I was in law school.
Right.
And then one summer during law school, I
following
had
summer.
a little bit of an income because I
Right.
was working in a firm, and we upgraded it. Right.
But
So
I
we
didn't
went to-
know.
I kind of surprised you on that. That's right.
He told me he was getting it. He was kind of
Getting it tweaked a little
tweaked
bit.
you had bought me a necklace. You had bought me a necklace for
Right.
Hanukkah, and it had it was a little heart with little teeny little
Yeah.
diamonds,
Yeah.
and you were taking that and the ring, and you were gonna
We were
spruce
kinda
it up a little bit, and the
changing
next
it
thing
around
I
a little
know, this ring comes back with a new center stone.
Yes, exactly.
And my original diamond was in the necklace.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
that fused.
Yeah.
But do you remember? I mean, this is funny because my brother just got engaged last week, and when I asked him and his fiance what he said, neither one of them could honestly remember.
Oh gosh.
Obviously, she said yes, but do you remember?
Do you remember the biggest
the
question
exact
is,
words?
Do
No.
you remember?
I mean,
It was so easy for us.
I know where we
I feel
were.
like you and I kind of knew
I knew
like,
the day I went out with you.
the first date, maybe even before, just our first
No,
conversation, maybe.
We did. No.
I mean, I don't want to be like a big proponent of love at first sight. It might not apply,
It's definitely something in first sight.
throughout everybody's relationship, certainly, but it certainly applied for us. I think, huh?
When I
It
met
was
you, I
easy.
knew I was
Yeah.
done. I felt like I had known you forever.
Yeah. I felt that way. I hope our kids someday will listen to this and watch this, and they'll feel good about their
Oh,
parents.
man.
Yeah.
But
That's
boys,
happy.
it's let me.
Doesn't always work out
We
that
met
way.
and fell in love and got engaged very quickly.
Yeah.
It was 2 months in, but our
Right.
engagement was probably
It was
the
about
longest
3
on record.
years,
It was
right?
3 years.
Yeah.
We got
'Cause
married.
we were still in school full
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and
We were not gonna play
we
house.
wanted to wait a few months until I, got out of school.
And I got out of school.
Passed the bar, started practicing a little bit, and got my feet wet.
So we waited
Get
not
settled.
just until we graduated from our prospective schools, but also
Had a
we
few months
worked a
in it.
year.
Yeah, almost a year.
A full school year.
Yeah,
and
school year,
saved
that's
up
for sure.
money and then we got married. So
That's right.
then we were really ready to.
It worked out well. That was a good foundation for us,
It
actually.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was smart.
Well, I mean, looking back now, 18 years later, I think it's worked out pretty
Oh
well.
yeah.
Another question: did we always know that we wanted 2 kids?
I think we always knew that we wanted 2 kids.
We
and
discussed this on our
probably-
first date. Do you remember that?
I think we knew that we always wanted one dog, and
Well,
we
that
wanted
backfired.
2 kids. So we did a really good job of maintaining the 2-kid agenda, but obviously we
where are they?
missed the dog objective because
Well, because I came from
We've
2.
had a few dogs
I have
for a
one
while.
brother,
Yeah.
and you he comes from two.
And a dog. Always had a dog.
And a dog. We
Yeah.
both always had. So that was what we were comfortable with. So 2 kids, and no plans to expand on that, and no more dogs either.
Well,
we're capping it at 3.
Well, we're definitely capping it at 3. But we
will replace those that move on.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see about that. Are you romantic, and do we go on dates?
Boy, that's a tough question to answer. Do you think I'm romantic?
I do.
I think I am for the most part. I've gotten better over the years.
You were always good.
Especially as the kids have gotten a little bit older and they're a little bit more independent in terms of
we don't need babysitters.
Fridays and Saturdays, they're able to get out. How
about
a great example was just last night? I mean, I guess it's how you define romantic. We do go to nice restaurants periodically.
But that's not
But I would say the most fun stuff that we do is we just go to the supermarket together, and we hang out at Starbucks a little bit once in a while, get some coffee. How about every Sunday during Sunday school?
Yeah, that's our date. Well, you see it on the vlogs. You see what
Sunday
we do.
morning breakfast. So I'm always with Marnie as much as I can be on the weekends, beginning on Friday night. And I try to work from home a little bit, but interspersed with that, we're hanging out a lot together.
Yeah, I think I would define romance as that he wants to be with me and I want to be with him. As far as what we do, I don't think that so much matters. You're not leaving me love notes under the pillow or anything like that.
Although you do when I travel,
so if
you
I remember.
do leave me some notes, and I like that, getting little cards and notes in my overnight bag.
Yeah.
Or in my travel case. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'd say it's not quality of time, it's quantity. It has to be quantity, don't you think?
You have to spend a lot of time together. Yeah, exactly. It definitely. And you got to be kind of habitual about it. You got to have a set plan.
Even if you have young kids, even when the kids were young, and we've never lived in this, just for a very brief period, we really have never lived in the same city as our relatives. So we never had a built-in babysitter for us.
That's right.
So date night, sometimes, remember when our oldest one was when there's only one kid, we'd put him in bed, and Sunday nights was Sex in the City night. Yes, he liked watching for different reasons than I liked watching.
Yeah.
Mostly to humor me, I think. But anyway, we won't get into why.
I humor you with television shows too. I mean, Marnie likes to watch kind of pretty lowbrow, not very sophisticated television.
That's nice.
And
are you telling me that Real Housewives is not intellectually stimulating?
Well, and I'll prefer to watch
Golf
Channel
That's
or ESPN.
really highbrow.
And you don't reciprocate that. You don't sit with me when I'm watching.
I'll read a book. It's horrible.
Periodically.
Come on. I'll read a book.
Okay.
But yeah, he's romantic. I don't know that I'm romantic.
I think you can be. I don't know. We could probably work on that a little bit. 21
I feed
years.
you.
There's a lot of
I make you food you like. I feel like
you do a great
romantic.
job. Yeah, you're an excellent
do think
cook.
about that.
Marnie's one of the best cooks I've ever.
Not in the beginning.
In terms
was bad.
of people that are in the family cooking.
Admit
you're
though
probably
that it
the
was
best.
really
I was
bad
pretty
in the
good
beginning.
with it. I'm pretty good with most everything.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I would not eat what.
And you've gotten better over the years.
I've definitely
You've gotten more sophisticated in your recipes.
I try.
And I'm pretty limited in what I can do. I guess we're not talking about cooking right now, but
no, we're not. Limited.
I'm good at grilling, and I can
fry a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think the big one is tips for a happy marriage.
Wow.
That's
for
kind
happy
of.
marriage.
I mean, I think we've covered it. Is if you haven't figured it out by now, you marry your best friend. You marry your best friend who you happen to also be wildly attracted to.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. I mean, obviously, I found you continue to be really attractive and.
Just remember, this is.
I know it's going out.
Yeah.
Number one, number two, I guess. I don't have all that many friends anyway. I'm just not a person that has a ton of friends. So you're my best friend.
But you make it sound like you're some sort of hermit.
Not a hermit per se, but I mean, I like to spend my time with you. And anyways, I'm not that kind of guy. I never had really been much of a guy to want to go out all by myself. And unless I was playing basketball or golf. I mean, doing those kinds of activities, but it would be just for that event or that activity. But I wouldn't really hang. A lot of people play golf and then
drink with the guys.
Then they go drinking or they do other activities. That's never been what I do. And in fact, I would probably caution y'all out there, especially the women who may have boyfriends or significant others and you're a little bit concerned. To me, that is probably kind of a concerning behavior. If it's done in kind of a excessive way, certainly.
We'll do a video on.
We can talk about that later.
That would be a great video to do. I've done one about what to look for in a spouse, but I think it would be nice for
I haven't really thought critically
from
about
the guy's
enough,
perspective.
That's off the cuff. That's my comment about it.
Yes.
The other tip for a happy marriage is I think you got to be pretty responsible, especially once you have kids. In terms of, how you organize your life financially. And I know that seems very pragmatic and practical, but I got to tell you,
Yeah.
and maybe it's because I'm an attorney,
You
I
have to
feel
be
this
on
way
the
a little
same
bit.
page.
You need to be on the same page in terms of spending habits and in terms of, determining that you're going to live your life in accordance with a budget financially, because those types of financial concerns and strains can really take a toll on
I think that's
relationships.
the number one. I remember when we were in, you have to do this premarital counseling through the rabbi before we got married.
Yeah.
And I remember that he said the number one reason for divorce was arguments about money.
Definitely.
Which when you're young, you think, oh, but I mean, when we started out, we had nothing. I mean, you were in the military.
But we were still operating
and we had a
pursuant to a budget.
very
We always
specific
had
budget, and
a very good budget.
the
I've
numbers
always
have
been good at
changed,
that.
but
Yeah.
it's still, you got to be on the same page.
I've always been really a kind of a stickler for that. I grew up in a family of bankers, so I kind of have a sense a little bit
banking
about
lawyers.
Yeah.
You know what? It's helpful because he's
It's
seen the worst
I've
of
seen
what
the
could
worst,
happen,
yeah.
and so he is very cautious to make sure that we don't make any of those mistakes. I don't know if that's a happy marriage or just a good adult
it's a tip.
life.
It's a tip. It's a tip for a happy relationship, I would say. One where you're cohabitating and you have to share resources.
Sounds so
Yeah.
dry, but I mean, it
Okay.
is a practicality. It's
Yeah.
a
No, you have to
partnership.
have the
It's a
other things,
partnership.
too. It is, definitely.
But
Definitely.
if you don't really like
It's
the
a little
person,
Dave Ramsey-ish, but that's okay.
and then I guess what else would be a good tip for a happy marriage? You got to talk to each other. You got to be willing to fight too. We love to fight.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you have to be able to disagree and then get past it.
I think you also have to want to be able to hang out with each other
Yeah.
and do nothing sometimes. Just kind
We
of
do a lot of
spend
nothing.
time just driving around, looking at houses or looking
No, we have
at
no intention of
neighborhoods.
buying. We just like
looking
drive around.
just spending time with one another.
Yeah.
And talking, I guess.
I guess it comes
That's
back to you
probably
marry your
about it.
best friend, who
Yeah.
you happen to think is incredibly hot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's working for me.
Yeah.
So, well,
Okay,
that's it.
that's all.
We
Thanks,
would
thank
love, I love you. Thank you
I love
for
you
doing
too.
this. I
All
would
right.
love to hear from you about what other kinds of videos you would like us to do together. Maybe once a month or
Little
so.
bit, little
I could
bit.
drag him in. I'm thinking
Periodically. On
gift
a Sunday,
guide.
we can do it.
Gift guide for Valentine's Day from his perspective. What to
Wow.
get your guy.
Okay.
Start thinking
Okay.
about that. That could
All
be a
right.
blog
I'm pretty good
post,
for
but
that.
we'll see. But yeah, anything that you can think of that you want to see him do more. Do you want to see him in the vlogs? He really doesn't want to be in the vlogs. I don't understand
Not
that.
too much.
But now that we've broken the ice, I think we can get his toes been in the water. He didn't die. Hasn't been horrible. We'll keep
bad.
this going. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching this as we had fun making it. You had fun, right?
I did. It was
Yeah,
a lot of
it
fun.
was absolutely
yeah, you've
painless.
got a really professional setup here, too.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And be nice to him in the comments. He's new. Let's not scare him off.
That's okay. You won't scare me off. You can be just honest.
And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is going to be the first in a series of several videos because I had so many questions that y'all wanted answered, which I'm very flattered to hear that you want to know more about me.